Hello, everybody. Hello. Good evening. Welcome back to the live stream. And where's where's my PNG tuber? Where did he go? All you're hearing now is the disembodied voice of me. So hold on, I gotta fix that real quick. Let me get the software running. Uh-oh. Oh no, that's the wrong tuber. That's the wrong one. Oh, how indecent of me to open my mouth like that. I don't even know why I keep that one around. Anyway. I think it's all better now. Do you know what we're going to do this evening? I'll give you like two guesses. We're playing Minecraft. We're playing Minecraft like we always do. Because Glitchy doesn't do anything else with his free time. And we're a little worried about him. There we go. There we go. There's the block game. There it is. There it is. There. Alright. And I'm just gonna kinda, just do a little eat-er, eat-er, eat-er. Kinda adjust it a little bit. Okay, I think that would be good. Then just get that right in place, right there, um, there. Where are we gonna put it? Where are we gonna put it? I think that'll do all right. Yeah, yeah. There, there. Make sure that's. We'll move that like right there. I think that'll work good, right? Then I'll just kind of sit back here and yeah. How's my hair look? How's my hair look? All right, my hair's all right. My hat's all right, and there. There, just gotta get things all adjusted just right, just to make sure. All right, there we go. There we go. I think I'm happy with that setup. All right. All right. Well, let's get this show down the road now, shall we? Yes, we shall. All right. Oh, Risky's online. There's a good little crowd on tonight. There's a good little crowd on. Got these little bogglers on me. Bogglers after the glugster. The gluckluggers. Are we feeling risk-tastic today? Ominous bottle. Jokey-ander. Oh, hey, Dustin. Hey, welcome to the Twitch stream. Welcome to the Twitch stream. I don't know how late we're gonna go tonight, but we'll go a little bit. We'll go a little bit. Well, thanks. Thanks. Yeah. It was really tough to find a transparent cactus PNG. Like there's a lot of WebP files that are transparent cactuses, but just a PNG was kind of tough. Risky asks, is that the mannequin from Sex Survey? I didn't know. What? What is that? I don't know what that is. I might have just I might have just tapped into something. I might have just tapped into some kind of reference that I wasn't aware of. From the Garfield video. What are you talking about? From the Garfield video. Like, I, maybe. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know. I thought it'd be kind of nice to have a mannequin on set because now we can kind of, we can dress it up from time to time. So there's a little, just a little aesthetic thing. We gotta have some kind of little aesthetic things to use transformatively to create transformative content on this platform. Risky has sent me a link for Sex Survey. Okay. Oh, oh, it's this. Okay, well, here I guess I'll put this up on on the screen here, just as a little way of getting us acclimated with tonight's stream, just to get everybody settled in. Here, I'm gonna pull this up. I'm gonna pull it up on the stream so we can all watch it. Let's see. Let's see. Window capture. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right, there. Let's roll out the TV. Yeah, just a little something to get tonight's content started, I think. May as well, we haven't done something like this in a while. Is it capturing the audio? Oh no. Oh no, not more audio capture. Audio capturing nonsense. Well, let's see if it works. We're just looking for the mannequin anyway.
Who's there?
Hey, my name's Garrett Smith.
Garrett Smith. Who?
Hey, my name's Garrett Smith. And
Oh,
I have had
I
exactly
see.
0 sex partners.
Are you watching, mannequin?
Who's there?
Are you watching?
Jaden Gitchell.
Oh,
Jaden.
the mannequin
Gitchell,
seems
who?
interested.
It's Jaden Gitchell, and I've had 3 sexual partners.
I don't know. I see a resemblance. Do you see a resemblance? Are you from this family, mannequin?
Gideon Jones.
I think so.
Gideon Jones.
How
Plus one.
how long does this go on for?
Who's there?
What do you mean 4 hours?
McClory.
Blake
Do people watch
McCrory.
this?
Who?
Blake McClory. 0.
Oh God. Well, there you go, everybody. There's the sex survey mannequin. Oop. Let's get this off the screen now. Huh. Well, there's an interesting bit of culture that I was not aware of exactly. I mean, I think I've seen clips from that before, but not of that particular 4 hour long video. Huh. Wonder wonder if that's how people perceive these streams. Just a 4 hour white noise. No, we're not watching all 4 hours. I'll do that for a special event. That'll be for our 100,000 subscribers slash followers special. Yeah, that's what that'll be. All right. Well, there's some culture for everybody. That's very cultural. Thank you. Thank you for making me aware of that. Here, I'm just finagling my windows in the background. Kind of finagle things a little bit. Make sure things are running just okay. 'Cause I gotta always be checking on it. Always, always. There we go. So what am I doing? What am I doing in Minecraft? What am I doing in Minecraft? Oh, Risky says, I'm surprised you didn't remember it from the Garfield video essay. That might have been where I've seen that from. That it does ring a bell now. There's a lot of things I consume on this platform on a daily basis, but now that you mention that, yeah, I may that might have been where I saw some of those clips from. I just forgot it was 4 hours. Wow. So here's what I've been working on, just trying to figure out how to merge these two buildings basically. That's basically been my main deal, my main goal. It's a little weird. It's a little weird looking down at it from the sky, but you know, when are you really going to get this view of the building unless you're like in an elytra? So, I think from ground view it's fine. It's fine. I think it works well. Kind of extended this little thing out, kind of made it like an edge of the building, and now we have like a little, little space back here. And yeah, yeah, this is kind of using some of the original building materials, and I try to kind of make these match a little bit. So I think it works. It works from ground level. So that's mostly what I'm worried about anyway. People get all up in arms about what the what the bird's eye view of it all is, but you're not really going to see that unless you're in an elytra, and even then, you're not going to be looking down when you use an elytra. So that's what's going on. That's what's going on over here. Here in Craft World. Yeah, I'm trying to figure some things out. There's a couple of awkward moments. This is going to be a little awkward here, but I'm just trying to make this the same width that this window bay was, while also kind of trying to come to terms with these columns here. So it's going to be a little funky, a little bit, but I think that once I put the top bit on them, it'll be all right. Maybe. I don't know. It could be that maybe I just extend this corridor a little bit further out, maybe, so then it just kind of pops out instead of, I don't know. I don't know. It's a weird, we're dealing with a little bit of weirdness. There's a little bit of weirdness going on here. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm not really the biggest fan of that interaction. Maybe maybe I'll try sampling it. Maybe I'll take a little sample of what it's going to look like whenever it's all said and done. Because I feel like once I put this on there, maybe it'll be a little bit better. I don't know. I don't know. I'll just here, just give it a little try. Just give it a little sample before we go all in. So let's see. Let's see if it'll be okay like that. Yeah. I mean, it looks quite a bit better whenever you put that top arch on there. So, you know, I think it'll be all right. I don't think it's going to be as awkward as I'm making it out to be. It's gonna keep going up back there, so I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine. It's not like it's like the showpiece of everything over here anyway, so it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Everything is fine. Everything is fine. You know, some days it's so over, other days it's so back, but really, really, it's all fine. It's all fine. We're good. Things are I'm doing a little OK symbol with my hand, but you can't see it, so you'll just have to take my word for it. Um, so, yeah, OK. OK, things are OK. Great, great. All right, well. What a night. What an evening. What an evening this evening is. Having decent little turnout on the Minecraft server here, it looks like. So that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool, I think. Always nice when there's a little... Oh no! OBS! OBS has disconnected me. I've been disconnected. Yeah, I froze. I'm probably still froze. But if you're watching... Oh, I think we're back. I think we're back. Yeah, sorry, I had a little bit of net poop. You know, that happens. That happens from time to time. Happened the other night. Happened the other night too. I don't know what all that's about. What else is going on? It's March Fools. It is March Fools, and March Fools means it's Radiant Lily's birthday. Radiant Lily's birthday. So that's another thing that happened. So make sure to that's a little birthday shout out. Little birthday shout out for birthdays. All right. Before I put the arches on here, and again, this is kind of just I'm trying to really figure out how I'm going to do all this machinery back here. That was really my original kind of thing, and then I kind of lost the goal a little bit, and then just kind of worked on that connection over there for a minute. But yeah, yeah, I might give Radiant Lily a little holler at some point. Yeah, see how the birthday went. I think she went to the mall or something. Think she went to the mall. You know, ever since I turned 21, I realized that like the next major birthday is like 30, you know? That's like the next major one. I've had all the major ones now. I'm all right with that though. I'm all right with that. I just want like a birthday cake and like dinner or something. Yeah. I'm okay with that. I'm all right with that. That's really yeah. I'm I'm good. I'm good with low down birthdays. I don't really like having to coordinate, get people to plan stuff. It's a big hassle, and I'm like, oh, don't do all that. Don't do all that. Risky says, my last birthday, all I asked for was to not have to clean the house and get to sit a on my computer and rot all day. Oh, you know, rot days. Gotta have a rot day. Yesterday for me was kind of a, well, yeah, it was sort of a rot day. I mean, I went out to the store and got a couple of things and, I don't know. This sort of was a little bit. A little bit. I got out the leaf blower and blowed off the porch because there was a bunch of crusty old leaves left over from like fall. And whenever I blew all the leaves off, there's like this grimy layer beneath all of it, and there's like worms and stuff. It's like, I guess it was kind of the start of a compost bin or something. Oh, it seems that we have a couple of Chanamentals in the server. You see that? The very top of the name list is Jelly Chan, and at the bottom of the list is Soil Chan. Who would win? Who would win in a fight? I think Soil Chan would win. I I don't think it would be much of a contest, to be honest. Sorry. I'm that's I was just that's the truth, honestly. But I don't know. I don't know. Soil Chan seems to think it's 50-50, so I don't know. I don't know. Alright. What am I doing? I'm piddling around again. Gosh dang it. I always gotta catch myself. I always gotta catch myself slacking. It always happens. Always. Then I just gotta snap back into it, you know? Gotta snap back into it. If I don't snap into it, nothing ever happens. Next weekend, I believe it's next weekend, we go off of, we switch back to daylight savings time again, and I'm not looking forward to that. I really, I don't know. Oh, hi, Risky. The only thing I like about daylight savings is that it means that next November I'll be able to go off of daylight savings again, and that's a nice feeling. That's a nice feeling. You can't have one without the other though. So this is just, that's just the reaction. This is just the reaction to the action. It's like a divine punishment, an unusual curse that's been placed on all of us. Daylight savings is. I don't even know why we still go along with it. As if I didn't have a screwed up sleep schedule from the beginning. I'm just picking something to complain about, really. Yeah, they keep saying they're gonna get rid of it. Yeah, they say that, and then they never do. They never do. Just like how they never do anything. Nothing impactful, at least. It's a big joke. It's all a big joke. I don't even understand. Like, I feel like there's no excuse for the inaction, even. Like, there's no reason for this. There's no. It's pointless. It's pointless. There shouldn't be. I don't know. I feel like they're capable of acting on things faster than they are of getting rid of daylight savings. It's kind of. It's nonsense. It's a yearly bludgeon. Comes along once a year and it ruins everything. But then, after it happens, I just like forget about it. Like I just don't even perceive it anymore. It's just 1 hour, I guess, but you can really feel that hour. Risky says my dog hates it. See, the dogs hate it. The dogs hate it. See, you can't go screwing up the dog's sleep schedule. This is an outrageous state of affairs. I'm losing my mind right now. I'm losing it. Who has pinged me on Discord? Let me check my messages. Who is pinging me on Discord? Nobody in particular. Nobody. Nobody. Oh, Risky sent me a message. Risky says, Wiener. That's what he has to say. That's what he has to say. I know. I know. It's quite a revelation, isn't it? It's quite a revelation. I couldn't have thought of that. All right, now we're gonna welcome back Red Green. What's going on, Red Green? What's poppin', Red Green? What's poppin'? Thanks for stopping. There's a couple of people I know. Risky subscribed to the YouTube channel. Somebody else has too. So I think that's the first unknown person I've had subscribe to the channel. So I guess that's a good sign. Maybe. I don't know. Or maybe they subbed just to gawk at whatever this is. Well, viewers are viewers, I guess. Bad publicity is publicity at the end of the day. All right, I'm gonna finish up this little round of things. I'm gonna round off the tops here. Gotta round them off. I don't know why I'm drooping so much tonight. I don't know. I got a decent amount of sleep last night. I guess it's just, it just comes and goes. Like I feel like energy just kind of comes and goes throughout the day, and you just gotta kind of, at that point, you just gotta kind of ride the waves a little bit. I'm sipping on the magic potion tonight. Now it's not as, I didn't make it as potent as I usually make it, because well, I don't want to be up till like 3 a.m. tonight. I gotta sleep a little bit, but it's not even 10 yet. Like that's ridiculous. But just give me a little bit. Just gotta ride the waves. Just gotta ride the waves, and eventually I'll get back at it. I'm already kind of feeling it. I think I just got through the pit. I think I'm getting out of the pit right now. Yeah, yeah. I'm getting out of there. We're getting somewhere. We're starting to cook with Crisco tonight. It'll be good. It'll be good. Like this little row of columns. Every single time I do a project like this, the scope of it always expands more than I intend for it to. Like I always underestimate the amount of time that these things are going to take. Oh, it's just going to be a little storage system project. That's all it's going to be. No, no. It blows up. The scope blows up, and now you have stuff like this that you get to witness. I feel like that happens with a lot of things in my life. It's just like, okay, it's gonna be real quick. I'm gonna get this thing done real quick, and then like other things end up happening, or like I end up getting like distracted or something, and then it just like takes like way longer than I thought it would have. That's why I can't make schedules or plan things, because I just can't hold myself to it. I mean, not as stringently as I should, at least. But things do get done. They do get done. Just in a kind of strange and roundabout way. Some of the time. Some of the time. Alright, so we got all that. And I'm gonna do these inner guys before I do the outer guys. Here. Gotta get a little system going. I'll do the part that I least want to do first. You gotta work in to out. In to outer. Nothing ever gets done. That's how I do things. That's how I like to do things, because again, it's just like if I get it all done, if I get the best part done first, it's all the not fun parts just aren't gonna get done. That's just how that is. Gotta work up to it. Gotta work up to it. It's using a lot more granite than I thought it would, too. I'm gonna get some Minecraft tunes going. Risky asks, what part of the mausoleum are you going to do next? Well, the next part that I plan on doing is going to be, it's going to be over this way, around here, through this little alleyway, through these buildings, and a little bit down, a little bit over here. It's going to be this little pit. It's going to be this pit right here, in here. This is going to be the next part that I'm going to do. It's going to be what I do next. I guess while I'm at it, I could start thinking of ideas on what to do in here. I don't know if I want the train tracks running through it. Like, I had them running through this room over here, but I mean, it's certainly unique, but it has its drawbacks too, and I think it was just best done just in this room. But in here, maybe I'll reroute the tracks to go around the outside of it or something, except I think this might be... No, it's not claimed here. So yeah, I've got a little bit of room to do that, so I'll probably reroute them. So that, yeah, I'll do that. And I'll have a nice open room to build on to my discretion. To build on to my discretion. At my discretion. At my discretion. So that's my plans. That's my plans. What's kind of fun about working in an urban area is that it kind of starts to become a little bit, like it starts to refer to itself after a little while. Like, I put this building here because of, well, the shape of this building is kind of informed by this street, and also there's this entrance here, which is informed by being on center with this street here. But then also, I wanted these two sides to be symmetrical, which means I had to extend this to be, these columns to go out exactly this far. But then I also had to figure out how it was going to work with this building that already existed too. So now I'm kind of getting into this little weird, there's a little bit of weirdness that only happens because of this city scape that I'm trying to chip away at. That's why I like to have context. Gotta have context. Gotta have something to work off of. Gotta have something to work off of. But no, it's kind of fun. Cause like, you know, whenever I first started building everything, I was just kind of like placing stuff willy-nilly, but now it's all starting to glob together a little bit. It's starting to be globby. Risky asks, ever play Magic the Gathering? No, I haven't. I've tried a couple of those, like, a couple of different, like, tabletop wizard games. I've never really got too much into it, though. Oh no. I've tried a couple of times. It's just like, it's not really too much of my cup of tea. Do you like it? I know a couple people that like to play it. They seem to have like whole little strategies that they do, and I know there's like different play styles and all of that. So it's neat. Risky likes Magic the Gathering. That's cool. It's neat. Oh, you're a collector. He collects magic cards. I've got a couple of things that I like to collect. I collect like those little glass paperweights. I collect those, the holographic ones. I've got like a little soda collection going on too. Soda bottles. But oh. Risky has a bottle cap collection. Yeah, I've got a collection of caps too. Got like a jar full of them. A couple of jars full of them. One day I'm gonna do some kind of craft with them. I think. I just don't know what yet. Just have all these modular little bottle caps. They're all the same size, but they're different colors. I feel like there's something you could do with that. Something you could do with that. Yeah, yeah. If you got a picture of your bottle cap collection, I'll pull that up on stream if you want. That'll be a little talking point, little conversation uh, modulator. All right, so I'm gonna go over here and gonna get this set up over here, up on top of these columns, because I gotta fill those in too. All right. Oh, Soil Chan is gone. Soil Chan is gone. Guess while some people are still online, I'll try and get a little vote wave going on. Let's see. I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna be responsible and I'm gonna vote. I'm gonna do my votes for the Minecraft server. I'm doing my part. We all gotta do our part here. Oh, yeah, verify me. Make sure I'm a human. There you go. There's the second vote. And I get free diamonds. Wow. That's not very semi-vanilla of you, V8C. Uh-oh. There we go. I did my votes for the day. Maybe other people will follow. I don't know. Trying to try and get something going here. I'll put this stack in my coffer. I'm starting to get in a situation where I don't really need to spend diamonds that much. I don't know, for different stuff, I used to go out to the various server shops for materials, but you know, this server really could use some more commerce. You can't, that's not really something you can just order someone to do, though. You know, they gotta be a little self-motivated. Alright, well. So I got this back here. I'm gonna put these little thingamajigs on the front. Just like that. Just like that. Well, thanks for checking things on YouTube. I'll try and keep my eye on all that. Sometimes it doesn't quite work out. Man, this really is chewing into my granite, isn't it? I know I have more somewhere. Let's see. Let's see here. No, not there. I know I got some because that's not really a block I tend to use that often. At least not for what I've been using it for. Let's see, how do I make andesite though? Do I need granite to make andesite? I might. Maybe that'll be a use for granite. No, it's diorite. Diorite. Oh. That's good too. That's good too. It's always good to have blocks that, or just have builds that can use multiple resources. Because if you use one too much, you'll end up having a bunch of one thing and then not enough of the other. And that just sucks. And it just kind of sucks. But then it might also create like an opportunity for you to use whatever material you stockpiled from one project and then just use it for, some other project, some other different project. So it also kind of creates an opportunity too. I think that's how the town of Pullman was built. Or maybe some other brick town, but there was some town where they had to dredge up like a lake or something, or they had to drain a lake. And then they used all of the stuff at the bottom of the lake. They just ended up using that as a resource, and they turned it into bricks. They turned them into bricks and built their town out of it. I think it might have been the town of Pullman. Indiana? I think it's in Indiana. Oh, here's Risky's bottle cap collection. Here, let me pull this up. This is cool. This is cool. Hold on, let me get this up on here. I'll show you all Risky's bottle cap collection, and I'll see if I can identify some of them. Took a little gander at it. Let's see. Here's Risky's bottle cap collection. Here. Let me, let me, let me- let's do a little switcheroo here. Um, um, there it is. There it is. Here we go. Wow, you do got a lot. Let's see. Let's see. Let's look at some of these here. Man, Risky, you really are a soda head. You're more of a soda head than I am. I see a couple of ale 8 ones in there. Let's see. Let's see here. Let me. I'll just. We'll just. Put you back there, and then we'll put you. There we go. There we go. Just to make it in the scene instead of on the scene. Now we can kind of take a little look around here, see what bottle caps Risky has. And I use this cactus. I'll use this cactus here as a little pointer cursor. So let's see, we got some Coca-Colas, Cherry Ale 8, Peach Ale 8, got Big Red, Cheer Wine. Yeah, some of these are like kind of southern sodas, like I think Cheer Wine is, Big Red is. Um, hmm. Oh, I just got a jar full of Ale 8 bottle caps. Virgil's is good. That's like they make root beer and cream soda and stuff. That's always good. Got a Fanta, some Fanta ones in there. This is neat. It's a neat little collection you got here. Huh. This one, this one is regular Ale 8. Um, and then this one here, white background with green text. For a couple of years, they only used it for the top of the. They originally used it for the top of the orange cream flavor, but now they use it for just the limited edition flavors, and the orange cream bottle cap is now orange with white text. So, yeah, that's that one. Let's see what else we got here. Oh, look, we got a little bit of apple soda going on. Okay. Got root beer, IBC. That's a good one. That's a good one. What is Reed's? Is that ginger beer? Reed's? I guess that's ginger beer. Huh. Here's the orange cream ale 8 bottle cap. Yeah, yeah. California raspberry Coca-Cola. Oh, I see that one over there. That's an interesting flavor. Huh. Well, this is neat. It's neat that you got a bunch of different ones. What's nice about um, bottle caps is that they are so standard. So it makes a nice collection. I don't know. It's some kind of German thing. This is a good root beer slash cream soda maker as well. I think they made some kind of orange soda too. Well, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, got a lot going on in there. For sure. That's neat. It's neat stuff. Let's see, what's that green Coke one? Oh, Coca-Cola Life. They quit making that a while ago, didn't they? That must have been one of the earlier additions to that collection. Risky says, I loved Coke Life. I don't even know what it is. Like, what is it, like diet or like what was it? It seems, I don't know, I can't quite tell what it would have been. I see a Nuka-Cola in there too. It's cool. It's cool stuff. Half sugar, half stevia. Well, that seems like an alright. Yeah, yeah, that doesn't sound too bad. I'd be alright with that. Did it taste like stevia, or did it just taste like normal, sugar soda? Yeah. Oh, that seems like an alright kind of compromise. Kind of half sugar. Oh, I might have liked that too. Tasted like a slightly less sweet Coke. Yeah, I would drink that. I would feel better about drinking that than normal Cokes. Oh, that sounds pretty good, actually. I mean, I guess worst comes to worst, you could just get a 2-liter of regular Coke and a 2-liter of, like, Coke Zero or something. Just kind of, you know, half-half them. Probably be the same experience. But, oh, that sounds pretty good. That sounds pretty good. Honestly, I think just a little bit of sugar, like just a little bit of something sweet makes just like fizzy water just better. It doesn't have to be like candy in order to just be palatable, you know? It really doesn't have to be liquid candy in order to be an enjoyable beverage. Like one time I took like oh, this might sound like a little bit of a weird combination, but what I did is we had a bunch of like cans of like one of those. Where's that coming from? Oh no, no! Get out of my head! I think it's just confined to that one spot. Risky says, Jokey, hit the button. Is there a button that plays it to everybody? Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, 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 oh god. That is horrendous. That is absolutely horrendous. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, somebody has upset Jelly. Oh no. But yeah. Yeah, like I was saying, um so we had LaCroix. It was LaCroix. There was a bunch of cans of LaCroix that was just left over from something, and nobody was drinking it because it's nasty, in my personal opinion, and the opinion of everybody that was in that household that the LaCroix was in. So it kind of had, I mean, it was almost good. I'll say it was almost good. It had like this flower, it was like some kind of flowery lemon flavor, and well, I found a little bottle of maple syrup in the fridge, so I just put like just a little splash of it in the LaCroix. Like not enough to where it would be like a super sweet soda, just like a little splash of maple syrup. It was delicious, honestly, because the maple syrup flavor kind of complemented that sort of flowery flavor that the LaCroix had, and it was fizzy and it was sweet, and and there's a there's still chicken jockey just embodyingly being played, but yeah, it was great. It was great. So there's my little niche beverage recommendation to anybody that might be interested. Get the get the flowery lemon flavor LaCroix and add just a small splash of maple syrup to it. And the best part is that the syrup is so loose that it'll mix well. But yeah. Add syrup before soda, or it'll fizz over the top. And really, that's really how, I mean, really, that's how you make soda. You just add some kind of thin syrup to it. I mean, that's to seltzer water. That is soda. That's how it's made, you know? It's not necessarily an unusual combination. It's just that's just how soda works, fundamentally. Risky says there's an early 1900s thing called Farmer's Coke where you add salted peanuts to Coke, and he reportedly says it's pretty yummy. I've heard of this before. I don't know about it. Do you eat the peanuts afterwards? Like, what do you do with them? Like, are they just kind of floating around in it? Maybe it's good. Maybe it's like salted caramel. You eat them as you go, he says. I don't know. I'd try it. You know, I'd be willing to try it. I've I tend to create some unorthodox food combinations from time to time that most people scoff at, but you know, if something's good and people scoff at it, that just means that just means more for you. You know, you can either you can either advertise it and become like the propagator of it, like the person that, you know, put it on the map, or you can kind of keep it secret and then just keep it all to yourself, you know? So if it's good and people think it's bad, you're in a good position. That's my opinion, at least. That was brisket for a long time until people discovered it was actually good, or like lobster. Risky says, I like soy sauce mixed with ketchup. Yeah, I'd say that'd be pretty good. I mean, might be a little salty, but I think that'd be a pretty good combination. I like soy sauce. It's so salty for my taste, that's all. I kind of like the low sodium kind. I think that's pretty good. Sometimes for snacks, I'll go out and get like Kroger sushi because I feel like it's relatively guilt-free. I feel like it's a pretty healthy thing to snack on. And it's just like fish, vegetables, and rice. Unless unless for some reason like food companies just sneak something horrific into it for no reason whatsoever. But I don't think that's the case. Alright, so got all that together. Alright, now I'm gonna get these little front bits. Do the front bits. Just like that. Alright, 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 alright. We're getting something together. Getting something together here. Alright. Getting in a rhythm of things. Alright, well, have fun playing Magic. Playing Magic, Virtual Magic. Virtual Magic the Gathering on webcam. Have fun. You have to tell me if you win or not. Is that a game you can win? I think so. I think so. Enjoy. Hope you win. Hope you win big. This is a nice little view, isn't it? There's something special. There's something special about having a structural system and then just looking straight through it. You know, that works with anything. That works with anything. Even like really thin, like Amazon warehouse, like huge warehouse type of deals, just seeing that grid or that system and then being right in the middle of it. There's just something about that. That's architecture. You can't get around that. That's structural that becomes experience. It's that emergent effect. That's a classic move, but it really does work. I really like that. Grids. Grids. They're a very special thing. Just do the same thing over and over. It's almost fractal-like. It's almost like a fractal. You have simple rules, and then that thing ends up becoming a larger thing. And it's all operating on the same rules, but now it's kind of got its own meta. You know, this see a column by itself is the meta, and then this is what you get from it. This is what you get from it, doing that over and over. I gotta add the tops though. if you let something go on for long enough, eventually it does kind of take on its own unique qualities, I guess. Not to say that I'm doing anything unique here, but well, I guess I'll I'll say more like um, not necessarily unique qualities, but special qualities. We'll just say special qualities. Special qualities. Whoops-a-daisy. Whoops-a-daisy. This evening for dinner, I made a chicken pot pie. Made a chicken pot pie. And I took some Pillsbury pie crust. I put it on the bottom. I got some frozen vegetables. I put those in there. A little bit of salt and pepper. And I took some cream of chicken. I threw that in there. Then had some extra cooked chicken and had that chopped up. Threw it in there. Then I put another layer of pie crust on the top. And then I baked it at 350 degrees for 45 minutes. Then I took it out of the oven, let it set for another 15, and then I ate it. And it was good. And now there's leftovers. So I think that's cool and good. Leftovers help take a lot of guesswork out of meal planning. You know, it's exhausting. It's honestly exhausting having to figure out what are you going to eat every night, you know? Like, some nights you just want to be relieved of the burden of having to worry about that. That's why it's nice to have leftovers. Just pop it out of the fridge, heat it up, and eat it. You don't got time to think about things. You don't got time for variety. Except on the weekends. Except on the weekends. That's about how I am with my lunches, too. Because we have these studio fridges at the university. And every single day, or almost every single day for lunch, aside from at the end of semesters or on special occasions, I'll just get a pack of lunch meat, uh, some bread. I'll just eat a sandwich every day. Get a big box of chips or something, eat off of those as well. And that's it. That's lunch. You know, it's simple. I can just rely on it. Maybe I'll start making cucumber sandwiches though. You know, because like I had one of those from Jimmy John's the other day, a cucumber sandwich. It was good. It was surprisingly good. It's a lot healthier than lunch meat anyway. Gotta stay off of those nitrates, from what I've heard at least. I heard they're bad. I don't know why they're bad, but I heard they're bad. I think they're carcinogenic. A lot of things are carcinogenic, but I've heard they're bad. On certain matters, you just have to trust the opinions of other people. Or not opinions, claims of other people. Oh, I mean, I'm gonna assume that it's a fact that it's bad. Yeah, cucumber sandwich. Something everybody should try. Cucumbers are nice, you know. I have family members that have little, put out little summer vegetable gardens, get all kinds of tomatoes and stuff out of them. Tomatoes grow really good over here during the summer, and we have family members that like to grow heirloom tomatoes, which really if you're gonna grow heirloom tomatoes, I don't even know why you'd waste your time with the standard varieties because they're really good. They're really good, heirloom tomatoes are, because um, whenever they were like breeding the modern red tomato, like the perfectly red tomato that you see at the grocery store, well, they bred it that way because it so it looks good on store shelves, but the gene that made it red, like as red as it is, also makes it taste more bland because the red gene interrupts the flavor gene or something. I don't know. I'm not a scientist, so don't don't act like I am, but that's what I heard, at least. That's the story I heard, and so yeah, heirloom tomatoes just taste better objectively. They objectively taste better, or at the very least have a more pronounced tomato flavor. And then you get them from the garden, and then they're still warm from the sun. And then you cut into them, put a little bit of salt and pepper on them, and they're really good. Put them on a sandwich, or fry them green. Fried green tomatoes are good too. But yeah, that's always a lot of fun whenever the vegetable garden gets ready for you know harvesting. But also cucumbers. Cucumbers uh, sometimes grow all right during the summer. Depends on weather quite a bit. But sometimes you get some all right cucumbers, and they're nice. They're crisp, and chop them up and put them in salads, or again just hit them with the salt and pepper. Or make cucumber salad. Cucumber salad's good too. I like that. I like cucumber salad. I think my favorite um, kind of heirloom tomato would probably be the Cherokee purple variety. They're pretty good. And they're purple. They're purple, but I think they have the best tomato flavor out of all of them. But I also think some of the yellow ones are nice because the yellow ones tend to be a little bit sweeter. Or like sometimes you get like the yellow cherry tomatoes, and those are nice. Those are nice. So, yeah. All kinds of fun. All kinds of fun. You always get a lot of them. You really do get a lot of tomatoes and stuff. Like, I feel like after some point, the price of seeds and all of that, at some point you get so many tomatoes that it does actually offset the cost that it would have been to buy them from the store or the cost of raising them. Because really over here in Kentucky, I mean, it's really not that it hasn't been that expensive for us. Well, I guess there's also the price of fresh soil that we need to factor into it because we always uh, chop up a new bag of soil every year, which is a little wasteful. I wish we just had compost or something like a compost bin. But so I guess you also need to factor in the cost of a bag of soil too. But even then, I mean, how much is a bag of soil? How much is a bag of soil? I actually don't remember. Let me think about that. Bag of soil. Like $20? Oh, no, 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 no. Wait, what's this? 0.75 cubic feet. All-purpose garden soil. Um, $15. $15. I mean, how much? How much are some tomatoes? Let's see. Price. Fresh tomato on the vine from Walmart, which costs $4. $4. So yeah, even with the cost of, you know, even with the cost of soil and seeds and really all of that, well, once you plant them in the soil, again, like I said, in this climate, it pretty much takes care of itself after that point. Maybe water it a little bit every now and then, but that's about it. And yeah, it would definitely offset the cost of just buying tomatoes from the store. And it's kind of nice to go and take care of something every once in a while. It's always a good feeling, especially something that's low maintenance. Makes you feel like a productive human being. Makes you feel like you can actually cut it. You know, like okay, well okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe this actually we're actually all right. Things are okay. It restores your faith in yourself a little bit to farm a vegetable. Or squash. Squash is another good summer crop. And it's healthy. It's all healthy. That's not even to say that you'd really need to buy the seeds every year. If you're really proactive about it, you could just harvest the seeds and dry them out yourself. Of course, then you'd have to go through the effort of, getting seedlings and all of that the next year. But if you were really good about it, if you kept like a compost bin and everything, I mean, really, it wouldn't cost you anything, really. Being able to farm some staple crops for yourself. At least on a hobby level. Because being a subsistence farmer and an office worker at the same time is not sustainable. Sometimes I wonder, there are people out there that are like, oh, nobody does this or that anymore, or well, they didn't do it like this back in my day. Sometimes I wonder if it's just, to an extent, everybody's just kind of fighting against the clock, you know? Or maybe, I don't know. I don't know. That could be a little bit of a cop out because, well, my great grandma did used to work 12-hour shifts at the factory and then go home and fix dinner for everybody. But yeah, she was just built different. She was just built different way back when. I don't know. I don't really get to know my great-grandma for too long, but she was around for the first 7 years of my life or so. She did have dementia, so I probably only really got to know her for the first 4 or 5 years of my life. 'Cause then she kind of started to forget everything after that. She's definitely a different breed of human, I'll say that much. Here's GB's suburb over here. Nice little places going on. Yeah, yeah. A little bit. Oh, I got little townhouses right here. It's a nice little townhouse. Look, GB's making happy homes for her villagers. Look at that. Look at all that. Wow, this is a nice place. Well, nice little duplexes going on over here. Just the roommate. What's going on in here? It's a nice place. It's a nice house. It really is nice. It's got nice, stairs are right here, then it wraps around. Now you're in the kitchen. Oh, it works. It works. Yeah, this is good. It's good, well-designed houses. And you got this little gathering room over here, you hang out with your friends. You got another bedroom right back here. Yeah, yeah. This is very, very well done. Well done little townhouses. Good, good, good style. Good style. This one looks a little different. These look a little shorter, but yeah. It's good. Good, good, good building. Good house. Good house. Let's see, what's going on over here? What's in here? This looks like a little restaurant. Restaurant. Shop on the bottom, housing on the top. Good setup. Good setup. Oh, it's raining. Don't go raining on my parade. Don't go raining on my parade. No, get out of here. Get out of here. I wonder if we can get some company. Some company for this stream. Risky suggested that I call Radiant, but she seems to be offline right now. She seems to be offline right now, so we might have to go at things a little bit quiet. Gotta be a little bit quiet style on a night like this. A little bit quiet style. What was I doing? I was over there for a reason. Got sidetracked again. I needed to chop some wood. Gotta chop some trees. I gotta chop a lot of trees. I am the Onceler. I am the Onceler. I've come for your wood. Alright, well, I'm gonna chop this tree down right now. Tumblr would have a field day with this one. Alright, there we go. There we go. Isn't that what Tumblr is about? Don't they like deforestation or something? Isn't that? Yeah. That's that's what they enjoy on their platform. Is Tumblr even still relevant anymore? I haven't heard about it in years. Does it still exist? I was never on it, but I know it was a beacon of the web for a while. It seems that we are ripe for a change of things on the web. the age of Web 3.0 might be harkened forward, but not in the way they wanted it to be. Oh. You can't force movements, they just happen. Stuff just happens. You can't control it. Alright, that's like me trying to control how much energy I have throughout the day. Okay, it just happens. You gotta ride the wave sometimes. You ride the wave for a little bit, and then maybe later, then maybe after all that's said and done, maybe, just maybe, you can claim to have pretended to have acted like you had everything together from the start. There's a lot more luck involved than people would let you know. I don't know why people keep saying jungle trees are unsustainable. I just got more saplings than this tree was capable of. Or, you see, I got 5 saplings from a 4 sapling tree. So that means that the number goes up. Maybe they fixed it. Or maybe it could be that I wasn't necessarily paying enough attention to, to that thing that was saying that jungle trees aren't sustainable or something. I don't know. Or maybe they changed the drop rates just for this server. That's also a chance. Also, why is my computer chugging? Why is my computer chugging? What's all that about? What's going on? I don't know. It's running pretty hot, though. It's running very hot. I just now realized my computer's going to blow up if I keep going at this rate. I'm going to crack a window to cool it off in here a little bit. Gotta create some operating conditions in here.
Alright, I'll be real quick. Besties.
Get a little bit of a cross breeze going because I'm in a corner room and I have 2 windows. I got 2 windows in my room. There. There we go. There we go. Alright. Move this cactus a little bit. Gotta move that cactus. I get a little bit of a cross breeze going. Heard it's good to get some oxygen in your room anyway. You know, oxygen's good for the brain. And I heard in a lot of rooms. Now, this house was built in the 80s, so they might have improved ventilation by that point. I don't think they did that, but anyway, studies have shown that um, rooms in your house, a lot of rooms in your house and also in your car, actually have higher amounts of carbon dioxide than, you know, you would have outside. You know, that intuitively makes sense, but also larger amounts of carbon dioxide do impede your thinker a little bit. So that's just a little warning for everybody. Why do my frames keep dropping? I don't know why that keeps happening. Quit chugging. Quit chugging, computer. I don't know what you want. I don't know what your problem is. Just gonna get out of that area. Maybe it's just that area. I don't know, it's a little funky. No, it's still happening. I don't know why it's doing that. Am I getting DDoSed right now? Is my computer about to die? Maybe both are happening. You know, it is possible for an earthquake and a tornado to happen at the same time. Maybe my computer is just too hot. Some of this cold air in here, this room. cool off my computer a little bit. Not too much though, I don't want condensation to start. Just enough to cool things off. We gotta cool it off, bub. Cool it. Cool it, bub. There. Get some airflow. Get some airflow going through this little laptop. This laptop is my old reliable. I say that. I'm knocking on plywood IKEA desk right now. But it's I've gotten some decent mileage out of it. I've gotten decent mileage out of really everything I've used for this college career. So I'm very grateful for that. Part of it was skill. I made sure to keep up on my oil changes. I made sure to, you know, kind of be careful with my iPhone. I made sure to try and keep my computer as cool and ventilated as possible. But part of it is also luck. I mean, really. Really it is. And there was also things I could have done better. I didn't always, I don't always wash my car after it snows, after, all that stuff gets on the road, that salty stuff, because that'll eat at the underside of your car. It'll rot it. So you gotta make sure to wash off the bottom of your car after it snows. I do after things tend to warm up a little bit more, but I know that's salty stuff had to have been on the undercarriage at least for a little while. So I guess I could have done that better. But oh hey, Streambo.
Get cheap viewers on streambo.com.
Get out of here. Get out of here. Let me check the old temperature gauge on my CPU. It's starting to tick down a little bit. Starting to, at least. Gotta keep an eye on that. I swear laptops are designed to self-destruct themselves. I swear they are. I really wish they just... I know the point of a laptop is that they're supposed to be small and portable, but I really wish they would just make them just a little bit bigger. Like, you can afford to, just make them a little bigger, a little beefier. I'd be alright with that. I'd be alright with that. Add some armor to it, Computers were getting smaller and more compact for a long time, and for a long time you were able to get that and also be able to achieve higher power output, but now that's not necessarily the case anymore. So I'd say at some point in the somewhat near future, assuming that processing power becomes more affordable again, I would say there will be a market for bigger, beefier computers. That's my guess, at least, or at least my hope. Because bigger computers are just, it's just better. It's just better to have everything spread out a little more on the inside, at least. Makes it more serviceable. I want the well, I mean, I guess what I really want is just a desktop, but I think it would be cool if they came up with a and really this would lean more into the luggable territory if you've ever heard of a luggable computer, but something like that, maybe somewhere between a luggable and a laptop, I think would be a happy medium. Just something serviceable, something kind of bulky, but something that would last for a long time. I would like to see that in a laptop. Really, I think we are, just because the improvements in processing power are becoming less and less. I really do think that there is a case to make computers that will last longer because, again, you know, you don't have to upgrade every couple of years anymore. There's no, there's not much, there's less and less advantage to doing that. I feel like I feel like valuing things that last a long time. I feel like that's like a kind of like just like a natural conclusion of things. Like eventually you're going to get to that point, even if during whatever time that you're in, innovation and new things is the meta, at least for the time that you're experiencing things. Eventually reality catches up to us all. It's catching up to us. It's catching up to us. In more ways than just computation, I feel. Just even resource management wise, it's catching up with us. Okay, well, looks like we have the stacks. The stacks of columns. So we have this first bottom layer done. And I'm gonna do a little pop out, or not a little pop out, but another little small layer just right on top of it, just so I can kind of fortify those top edges a little bit. And then I'm gonna get into a shorter system to go above it, just because it really doesn't need to be this tall. It's just for the bottom side, just to, I don't know, just because I felt like having a taller bottom side would be nice, kind of foundational. But really, I just need to make enough space to accommodate this amount of chests. Maybe I won't do 8. Maybe I'll do 3s up there. And 3s might be nice because if I did 3s, I could just do circles, like something like this. I think maybe could fit in. They could fit inside of or something like that because they don't need to be that showy on the higher up levels. I don't know. I'm thinking out loud as I always do. I'm thinking out loud as I always do, and you, dear viewer, are along for the ride if you've decided to watch this. As I finish off my magic potion. Again, tonight's stream probably won't to be as long as my other streams, which kind of puts a damper on the whole endurance thing, but you know, you know, you know. All right, well, so we got all that done, got all that squared away. There's still a lot of questions we have to answer here, but in due time we will. I don't like how this datum line is. I don't like that, but this is the original datum line of the factory. This is the new datum line established by the columns, so what he's supposed to do. They're contradictions, and they have to come to terms with each other, or whatever they said, whatever the contradictory contradiction heads said, or whatever enlightened conclusion they came to about all things being contradictory. I might have to brick this in, though. I might have to brick it up over here just a little bit, if you will. If you nasty. There we go. It's just like that, because there's going to be a floor. So there will be a floor. Gotta think a little bit again. Gosh dang it. Gosh dang it. So do we want it to be like this? Maybe? Maybe. Of course, using spruce wood up there will save us some of our more precious masonry materials. So I don't think that would necessarily be a bad way of setting things up here. A little wooden deck. Do I like how it looks? I think it looks fine. I think those colors work well with each other. It's nice warm colors. I think that'll work well for our purposes. Now I'm not going to leave it like that. I'm not going to leave it I'm not going to leave that stripe of spruce up there because I plan on sprucing it up with this little guy. See? So then, yeah, that's what I wanted to see. See, that completes it. That completes it. That gives it a little hat. It needed a little hat. So there we go. There's that. It makes a nice little corner. You see that? I like that. I like that. I think that works. It works. It's nice and sculptural. That's what I like it to be. Just using the bottom edges of blocks for shading. That's what I'm doing with that. That's what I'm doing with that. So I think that's how that'll get done right there. I think so. I think that'll be a-okay. I like the cut of your jib. Yeah, I'm able to get this type of wood more accessibly than I would other kinds. There's more spruce down here. Give me more spruce. Get me. Get it for me. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. One thing I like about Minecraft over just a normal, like, 3D modeling software is that, I don't know, it feels more grounded in reality. Like, I know it's not reality, but it feels more real than just, like, making buildings in, like, AutoCAD or something. You know, I think that's why I like it so much. It's not just the design process itself, but it's also just the being able to walk around it. You know, it feels like it's in a world, a real world. Oh, there's just something nice about that. And there's something nice about what's going on with those columns right there. Man, whenever I put that deck on top of it, that kind of got darker in there. It made it real nice. But it can't stay that dark because I don't want the googlies spawning in here. Look, they're already showing up. The gang's already showing up. I can't have any of that. Mm-mm. Not on my watch. I can't have creepers spawning on my watch trying to rain on my parade. Mm-mm. So maybe before we finish the top of this, I need to figure out a lighting system. Lighting on odd or even blocks is always difficult. I've found it's always a challenge. But luckily, these middle parts are even. But I also don't want to really interrupt this nice corridor that I have here either with just putting like lights in the middle. So maybe I will have to put them in these little gaps here. These little side gaps. I don't know. I don't know. How will I light this? How to light this? That's the next conundrum I've stumbled upon now, isn't it? Yes, it is. How to do lighting. This question was going to face us eventually. It was. I mean, maybe it would be okay if I put lights in the middle. Maybe. But I don't know. I don't know. Because if I do lights in the middle, I have to double up on them because these are on evens, you see. So, oh, yeah, that's one of the disadvantages of doing things on evens. Because it would even be screwed up if I did them this way. But I've recently kind of taken a liking to doing things on evens just because of these columns specifically. These columns are really nice. The style of column I really like. But building on odds also, I mean, again, this is kind of like hybrid odd even because it's odd this way. There's 3 blocks in between these bays, but there's only 2 blocks in between these bays, which means I'm on evens here, odds here. I don't know. Because I do so many symmetrical buildings, so that's kind of how I think of things. Is it an odd building or an even building? The museum is built on odds. The museum is built on odds. The columns are an odd number of blocks, and that's kind of been used as a strategy to inform the entire building because your archways are going to end up different if they're an odd number of blocks. Everything is. Everything is. And you see this beacon, if I built this on evens, I'd have to have multiple beacons. Then, with this building over here, it's built on odds too. And I didn't think of that whenever I wanted to do the floor. I originally wanted this to be the centerpiece of the floor, but you can see this would only work if this structure was built on evens. This centerpiece, you know, the middle of it is even. It's the middle of 4 pieces. I didn't have much foresight whenever I built these, and I accidentally built them on evens, so I had to come up with this point as a compromise. But you see that this isn't as pointy as this is, because this is built on odds, which means I can make the tip of the spire very thin. What's this? Oh, Ape Five's spot. Yeah, but I can make the tip of this very slender, whereas this is about as good as this is going to get here. Yeah. Advantages and disadvantages. I don't know. Figuring out lighting is another disadvantage of evens, because lighting is always an issue. I never think through lighting from the start. I have an idea. I have an idea. I came up with an idea. I don't want the lighting to interrupt your view of this open arch. If I put them in between the bays, they're going to be kind of awkward. if I put them in the middle of the floor, they'll look great. So I'm going to put lighting. I'm going to put waxed copper bulbs in these slots that I'm making. And I think that'll make a nice lighting for this area. And it'll give you some nice dramatic, gradients that go upwards. I think that's always nice. Lighting from the bottom of a column. That's always a nice effect. So yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. We will do that. That'll be great. That'll be just fantastic. All right. All right, all right, all right. Looks like things are becoming a little less crowded on the Minecraft server now. A little less crowded on V8C. V8 Craft. It's in the game. Alright, now where are my... Where are my bulbs? I thought I made a bunch of bulbs.
Give me the bulbs.
Where are they? Oh, I only have like 4. I had a whole stack of them once, and I don't know where they went. A little bit of a hassle to make, but nothing that can't be made out of farmable materials, I don't guess. They're nice blocks. I've taken a liking to the copper palette lately. Good complementary colors. Sweet. It's nice. Did I have some in here? Okay, I need more bulbs.
What in the blazes is going on down here?
I'm here to steal your rods. Here to steal your rods.
Give me them rods.
Man, this place is crazy. They're swarming. Where are they all coming from? They used to not spawn as much as this. I don't know where they're all popping up from. I feel like this farm's been going crazy lately. It used to not be this good. I don't know what happened. I guess some farms get better with updates and other farms get worse. We always stay in a chaotic midpoint. Everything is chaotically mid, and you can't do anything to fix that. Alright, so now next question is, where's my redstone? And where's my copper? Where's my redstone? Where's my copper? There's my redstone. There's my copper. Great. Great. We're gonna need a lot of bulbs for this, but that's alright. I got plenty of copper. Oh, need to go sleepy too. Need to go sleepy in real life eventually too. It's gonna be a little bit of a short stream tonight. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, everybody, but I really do gotta get up a little bit early tomorrow. That's just the nature of things, I suppose. That's just the nature of the world.
Let's get bulbed up.
There we go. Oh, we can make a whole bunch of these bad boys. Maybe I'll be able to make more than I was originally thinking. Oh, that's the iron box. There's the copper box. Yeah, copper became fairly accessible after trial chambers were added. So I'm pretty happy about that. Oh, did I make them waxed or not waxed? Oh great. I made them waxed. Well, I was intending on waxing them up anyway. So that's alright. It's alright, I'm alright with that state of affairs. Alright. I'm gonna wax up these last ones here.
Gonna get waxed up. Better watch out. Here comes the beeswax. Mind your own beeswax. Get out of my business.
There we go. There we go.
Yo.
Alright, there we go. Alright, there's the copper bulbs. I thought I had a lever around here somewhere. Where's my lever? Wonder if I could just wonder if this would work. Nope, that doesn't work. What a shame. That would have been a nice, easy solution now, wouldn't it? Easy. What's the purpose of easy? What good did easy do for anybody? I feel like a lot of times, easy just ends up being just results in somebody having a lack of motivation at the end of the day. That's what happens to me, where I get too stuck in an easy, but then also, sometimes, easy permits you to make things more convenient for what you're really striving for. I guess easy is only really beneficial whenever it ultimately services a larger goal or a sense of purpose. You know, that's really the only situation where I would advise somebody to go for an easy. You know, only if it's in service of a larger goal. Because otherwise, what are you doing? And there's precedence for this, too. Think of, well, just off the top of my head, just to stay relevant, think of AI art. AI art is very easy. It's very easy. But it means that people's goals, and really one of the main goals of life, I think, at least of being a human, is to create art. It takes away from that, and that's why people are so upset about it. It's easy, yeah, but what's it doing? Like it's taking, it's interrupting people's goals. It's interrupting people's higher goals. But on the flip side, the people that are creating AI art are probably pursuing the goal of whatever business they're trying to push. So for them, it benefits their, we'll say, higher goal. But you see, that just takes away from the net purpose that people have in the world. So that gets a little dangerous. Yeah, I think that'll work out all right. I think that's as good of a solution as I'm going to get for that lighting anyway. Let me check my block lighting here. Let's see, where is the block lighting at? Where are you at? Do I need to here. Is it not on? Is it not on? I'm glad I found. Oh, it's not on. Here. There we go. I don't know why they started turning that off by default. Alright. Yeah, looks like we got enough lighting to get all the way out here. Great. Great. I'm fine with that. Let's see how that looks. Alright. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'll do just great. I think that'll do just fine. Just like that. I'm digging how that looks. I'm digging it. I'm digging it. Yeah. Now there will be machinery and stuff in the ways, but for this corridor here, works great. Works great. It's as good as it's gonna get, I think. Yeah. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with how that looks. So now we can finish putting the deck on there, just to keep the freaks from spawning. Now, what if my higher goal was, I don't know. I really liked, I really liked making Minecraft stone bricks, but I liked the process of making them. Well, a super smelter would make getting stone bricks very easy, but I like the process of making stone bricks. The presence of a super smelter wouldn't help with making stone bricks. Or, yeah, it wouldn't help me make stone bricks, I should say. It's easier, but it's not right for my goal. So how are you supposed to come to terms with everybody wanting something different? You know, people at odds with each other. How do you come to terms with that? I don't think there's a definite answer, really. I mean, I really don't, unfortunately. And I could go around in circles trying to come to terms with it, but I mean, really, then I'd just be wasting time trying to come up with the right solution to that particular conundrum. So at that point, whatever happens, happens. At that point, you would just have to hope that people would recognize the fact that you have a very particular way that you like to make Minecraft stone bricks, and they'd also have to respect the fact that maybe there was some kind of art to it. As little technique that there is involved with, Minecraft crafting, maybe you could still recognize it as art. I don't know. You can't just make people stop using super smelters just because, you wanted to make the stone bricks yourself. That's not possible. That's not possible. Again, if you're trying to arrive at anything definite with a morally gray situation like that, you are just wasting time. Unless you enjoy doing that for some reason. I feel like that line of thinking could be applied to a lot of just discourse and internet drama in particular. At least that's how I feel. There we go. Got the decking done on that side. This is going to turn out nice. This is going to turn out real nice. And we're going to have this edge here. I'm going to use this as a way of defining, because there's going to be an arched window here, and I'm going to use that edge to define where the arch is going to start, because, well, that just makes sense structurally, but also design-wise. Makes a nice datum. That's why I like systems like this so much, because oh, it's really dark outside, but I didn't think about that. That's why I like systems like this so much, because design, like how it looks, like the aesthetic design, and also the structural design intersect with each other. So then it's as practical as it is good looking. That's what I like. That's what I like about masonry so much. It's got some substance to it. Or presence, I should say. Presence. It's present. Presence. Let's see. We can apply that argument I was making about, about practicality and ease to architecture as well. You know, I could build this out of very slender steel, and it would be more structurally efficient. It would be. It would be more structurally efficient, and steel would be more cost effective, at least in the short term. And, you'd also get more square footage. I mean, those are practical reasons to enjoy steel. But if my goal is to create a building that has presence, and of course brick has its own advantages, well, maybe I would want to choose masonry as a material. It'll still hold up the building at the end of the day, and I don't know. That's just sometimes people don't do things that are 100% rational, and I think it's good to have leeway for what would what people might prescribe to be not perfectly rational, because then you start to have room for art. Art is not practical. It isn't. well, it's as it's not practical in the sense that it'll get you anything. It's not practical like that. Like it doesn't produce things, not physical, tangible things, but it's also a pursuit, I think, that you you can get something out of if you experience it. It's an experiential thing. It's not necessarily something you'll die. You'll die if you don't get it, but having it, being around it, that makes life better. You know, in an abstract way. So then then it kind of becomes difficult to really quantify. But yeah, that's kind of how I think of it anyway. Which is why I'm building this building like this. No, I'm thinking of it in terms of actual materials, not just Minecraft, because I know in the real world things are a little different. But if this were an Amazon warehouse, I mean, sure, I'd go there and it would serve its purpose, but I wouldn't appreciate the building. I wouldn't think much of it. I wouldn't take time to, sit and think about whoever might have built it. And what does that say about, how much thought is given to the average person, How much appreciation is given to the average person if you're going to deprive them of art that might not be technically immediately necessary. Well, to me, it seems a little bit like you're depriving them of some kind of dignity. To give a person art is to give them that extra bit of consideration and time that I feel like people should be owed. It makes life tolerable. It makes life tolerable, and it makes you feel like, well, there's enough. There's enough. You're not just getting the most efficient thing, you're getting something with a little extra leeway. It might not be necessary, but you'd feel like you have enough. I guess that also kind of begs the question of, well, if we do have these very efficient structural systems, what use case would they have? Well, I'm not trying to say that they wouldn't have use cases. I mean, I guess you could still imbue a slender steel building with something kind of artsy. You could just embellish the structural elements um, or trusses or something like that. You could just embellish that, really. You'd still be able to have some kind of effect along those lines, but I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of yapping now. The yap zone. I'll probably go to bed here in a little bit. Again, tonight's magic potion isn't as potent as it is other nights because I gotta get some Z's. I gotta get some sleep tonight. If I'm being true and honest and real with myself, I got responsibilities to tend to. That I do. Believe it or not, I have things that I do other than stream Minecraft. What a concept. I'd say a lot of people don't feel like they have enough nowadays. Well, enough and then some. And then some is an important thing, especially for morale. That's where that's where living happens instead of just surviving, you know? That little bit of extra. That little bit of extra that really, really we all should be afforded and can be afforded. Call it decadence, but I think a little bit of extra is actually just enough. It actually is just moderate. I didn't say a lot of extra. I said a little bit. I gotta make that distinction. Gotta maintain a balance. Gotta maintain a balance. But then things get out of whack again. Things are out of whack in one way. You know, there's not enough and then there's too much. Then there's too much. Gotta keep things firmly in whack. That's what I'm saying. So don't go too crazy with it. Don't go too crazy with it. Alright, you gotta keep things in whack. Alright. Well, there's that deck put on there. There we go. Again, there's going to be more layers on top of this. This is only the first layer, but it is the grandest of the layers. That's not to say that there won't be a grandeur that comes from the things on top of it, but yeah. This is the grandest bottom layer that holds everything else up on top of it. Yeah, I'm liking the views I'm getting in here. That's good. This is going to have all the machinery in here, so that's going to have a nice look to it. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. I'm feeling good about this build. I'm feeling good about where it's headed. Let's see here. Where is my granite? Where is my granite? Where is my granite? Where did it all go? Where did it all go? Did the granite gobbler show up at my Minecraft base? Where you at, granite? Hmm. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Here, I'm gonna go over here. What if I got any granite here? Where's all my freaking granite at? There is a single block of it, but I'll take it. I'll take it because I'm kind of scrounging a little bit right now. I'm a little rat. Little rat scrounging for crumbs. Stuff from projects of years ago. There, I'll just grab some of that. Always pays to have some whatnots around. Those are my whatnots. There. Oh, I'll turn that into a stair. Well, that got me very unfar, didn't it? I don't even know why I went on that crusade. That was nonsense. I think I have some more over here in the catacombs. I know I do. I know I do. Let's go to the uh, the catacomb surplus. Catacomb surplus. This whole project we're building right now is to get all this surplus out of here. Get all this clutter out of here. Let's get it organized for once. I'd say the whole bottom floor is just going to be chests and chests of cobblestone. That's my guess. I hope this is going to have enough capacity. I mean, it's going to have multiple floors on it. We'll just have to see. We'll have to see because I have multiple reserves. But I don't know. I don't know. I got a lot. I got a lot I got to deal with. A lot of blocks. There's going to be a lot of blocks flowing in here. So each of these bays will have 8 chests inside. 8 chests. 8 of them. Guess I should also consider, like, do I want a mix of materials on the bottom floor? I mean, that would probably be the best. Yeah. Maybe I'd have a little, maybe I'll have a little, like, little variety on the bottom floor, the things I think I'll need the most. And then on the upper floors, I'll have, like, excess cobblestone, like taking up a large chunk of things, and then like maybe some other more niche materials. I think that's how I'm going to organize it. I think, but I will have some cobblestone on the bottom floor just because I do use that on occasion. Mhm. 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 I'm digging it. I'm digging it. I'm digging how that looks. This is one of my better colonnades. This is one of my better column systems. I'm kind of refining my style. Yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking. I'm glowing. I'm glow liking. I'm slimy, just like lichen. I'm very slimy. I'm a worm. Alright, then we'll wrap it around here. Alright, then we'll go around here. And I'm gonna need some more stairs, it looks like. Need some more stairs, and then we'll admire our handiwork for the night. Don't look at it too much yet. Don't peek until it's finished. Then I'll admire my handiwork for the night, and then I'll probably head off, I think. A little short stream tonight. A little short stream tonight. I know, but I got stuff I gotta do. I got stuff I gotta do tomorrow. Keeps piling up on me. Can never keep it off. Can never breathe. There we go. Alright, let's take a little peek-see at it all now. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Looks good. Looks good. Yep, I'm happy with it. We'll make more progress later. I think this is a good stopping point for this evening, though. Some of the industrial architecture of Alabamaville is beginning to take shape. It's beginning to take shape. Not finished. Far from it. Far from it. Look at it from in here, too. Yeah, we'll get a better view of it later. We'll get all this stuff out of the way. Alright. Well, that's good for me tonight, then. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm done for tonight. Well, we'll do some early morning live streams later this week. And otherwise, I guess I'll see you all on the flip side. Night, everybody. Night. Peace out.